I'm wrong.
All right, guys, we're back. We're back again. This will be what, the 5th episode?
Actually, this is like the 4th episode, so I was wrong on the last one.
The 4th episode of You're Right.
And I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're right and I'm wrong. Again, the podcast again, excuse me. That's got a lost train of thought. But yeah, man, look, while we're here, before we get started, can you please like the video, subscribe to the video,
Yes.
and share the video as well. And also, we want to hear your comments, your thoughts, whatever it is you want to put down at the bottom. As well, you know, for people that may be in the area who know us, in up and coming episodes, we're looking to add guests on. So if you are interested, you know, holler at us personally or put it down in the comments. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, DM, you know.
Yes.
So,
Slide try to do it. No, not really.
But, you know, outside of that, my host here,
Orlando.
and the co-host, Dark Rider. Shout out to my co-worker, but this is Mike. And the topic today is
So we're talking about, can men and women be friends? Platonic friends. So I was choking over that.
That's the invisible blunt. What is it?
So, do you feel like men and women can be friends?
Personally, genuinely, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
why is that?
All right. So for me, unless mutually it's not, like both parties are not mutually attracted to each other, or even if you want to say through work, possibly do a project or anything like that, and even lots of times you look at most infidelity and stuff like that comes from work because people get to know each other after a while. If it's not really a fundamental reason for men and women to really kind of like be together, then I'm just going to say like, and I will say this, me being out and about, I've seen dynamics where guys be in the mall with their homegirls, and you can just tell that with the guys, you know, it's more. Even with ex-girlfriends, I'm pretty sure any man can attest to that. When it's that bestie around, that you just know he's waiting for his shot. I had one incident last year, right? So I sat at prom with guys and stuff like that. So it was just a little light-skinned chick, man. You know, skinny, but body was tight. You know, it's cute. So I remember I was saying something, whatever, I was rapping to her, or whatever, and I didn't really seal the deal. I kind of just like let the conversation just really, you know, boom. So after that, I remember prom started closing up. So we sort of left like a tad bit earlier. So when I first got my car, so shoot, went to the car, you know, I ran, you know, people trying to, you know, let out stuff like that. So I remember like coming around to the corner, the same corner that prom is on, like right there, right across from Pearls. So the girl just happened to be standing in the corner. So I was like, hey, yo, what's going on? She's like, who are you? I'm like, the dude from Prime that you was talking to her. She's like, okay. I was like, yo, what's your next move? What you about to get into? Oh, well, right now, you know, I don't know. You know, what you about to do? I'm like, you know, I don't know, but we can set something up with her, you know, probably like that. So as I'm sitting there talking to her, her homeboy is behind her. She's like, well, you know, I rode with my homeboy or whatever. I was like, okay, you know, so, you know, you're trying to, you know, ride it, you know, what's good? Well, you know, I'm with him, stuff like that. So it's like, dang, boy, he had to stop. He said, you know, throwing the XL, so dang, he had to stop and talk to you, huh? So it's like, dang, you know, you in the middle of traffic. So she looks, she's like, oh yeah, like you is holding up traffic. So, you know, I'm in the mindset I am. I was like,
you trying to get the number?
You know, I guess. So she's like, oh, well, you in the middle of traffic. I'm like, man, you know, bump that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you right now. So what's good? So she's like, well, I want you to keep holding up traffic. And so he goes his name, and he really want to talk to you. He's just being extra. So you could tell like she was cute and all that. And it was probably one of the situations that she didn't find him attractive, but vice versa. So a lot of guys will do will play. They will be sitting ducks in that friend zone until they get their shot. Until she at a weak, vulnerable moment, or she ran out of dudes that she really like. You're right here. I'm gonna give you a shot now.
Now, a couple videos ago, we talked about settling. And you thought that settling was not a bad thing. So, what you just said, do you feel like that's okay for the man to settle on a friendship with the female in order for the opportunity to attack? Or not really attack, but to talk to her when all her options are low.
No.
Or non-existent.
My definition of settling is when you look at certain qualities and characteristics that you may not want, but if overall this person has everything else that's the most important, then yeah, people like to say, oh, I don't want to settle for that. No, that's what you need to settle for, because that person, just because they might not be tall enough or a booty might not be fat enough, who cares? That doesn't really matter in the long run, because we all get old. That booty gonna sag one day. So would you rather want somebody that's gonna be there for you if you go down first, they taking care of you, they washing your dirty butt or whatever? Like, that's how I look at that. So what is wrong with settling for someone that may not check all your boxes?
But then I feel bad if you talk to a female and she talked to the guy she wanted to talk to, didn't work out. But you were like hiding in the trenches, like waiting, okay, my moment's coming. My moment is coming. When the moment comes, you really didn't gain like a prize, or like you can't really hold like, oh, I won this, because she kind of settled on you.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not my definition. That you're talking about settling. In that case, no. That's
not a thirsty.
That's simp. You're thirsty. You're simp. Like,
thirsty.
Yeah, like, no, don't. If I'm not your first option, I'm not clearly not your first choice. But guess what? I need to move on. That's that. We can be cool. That's how I look at it. We can be cool. We can be cordial. You want to come over and kick it, cool. But understand when it's time for you to go, you need to go.
Okay.
I don't want to talk to you about such and such. Who? I don't want to hear that tonight. Hey, go talk that. Go talk that in the word. If you want to voice your opinions about how the way we work that out with him, I'm not your therapist for that, because I want something with you.
So do you feel like, kind of back to your story, the girl had frizzled him, and so he played the friend role, but when she found another man, when he found another man talking to her, which was you, he was sort of stuck away about that, but he kind of made it in a joking manner.
Of course, yeah.
To kind of hide how it's okay.
It's passive aggressive, yeah. Lots of dudes do that.
It's passive aggressive, but how did it end? Did you get a number?
Oh, all right. Man, so this is why, like, this is when I'm in that other mindset. Nah. So what happened was, she hit me up. She's like, hey, what you trying to do? What's open around here? So I was like, well, shoot, you ain't trying to go to Mobays or whatever. She was like, well, yeah, we can, but my homeboy with me. I was like, well, shoot.
Oh, she brought him up again?
Well, she rode with him. So, I understand her point of view, because she don't know me like that.
Sure.
So it just kind of like, I'm with him, and then she was from Winsboro on top of that.
All of that.
Yeah, so, what I'm saying? Tonight, well, I would have took it back, but, I can understand her mindset, like, well, I'm riding with him. I'm not about to come home with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, shoot, as long as he can pay his way in. So, they ain't got nothing to do with me. So she's like, well, what else? I'm like, well, shoot. I'm like, well, what you want to slide back to my house and stay downtown or whatever, that's fine too. And she's like, well, I'm in Winsboro. I was like, all right, well, Mobays is usually a nice spot. Well, so mind you, I did have something else already. I already had a prime situation, so I was set. But I was more than willing. She was bad, so I was like,
a little exception.
Hey, I can't make it. So she started. So when I'm in, I guess I can get really bad. I just had an epiphany. I can get really aggressive. But so she's.
Well, the first thing is acceptance.
Well, I like, man, look. How about this? When you figure out whatever you got going on, cool. We don't got to do nothing tonight, but whenever you want to set something up, we can figure it out. outside of that, man, you know, I don't want to hold you up. You know what I'm saying? I know tonight everything closing up, so, you know, just holler at me. We'll set something outside of this.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, got off the phone, and I went to my mission. So I think I tried to hit her up like that next week. Of course, she didn't pick up, you know, so she didn't text back. It is what it is. So, I mean, she's pretty, so it's a dime a dozen. So now that's how I look at it. You win some, you lose some. But, yeah, you know, so that's, it just, I got irritated. That, the indecisiveness.
It's like him in the house. Like, oh,
yeah, all right. You know what? I'm good. I'm set tonight. So, yeah, but, you know, I heard him in the background and stuff. But, yeah, it just, you know, when it, get back on track, off the story, when it just come down to that dynamic, usually with platonic male and female friendships, it's not a mutual attraction, or either childhood friends. That's, you know, usually I can say those are technically true friendships. But if you just, I'm a gentleman never reveals his true age. I'm old enough, and I meet women now. I'm old enough. I'm not looking at a woman how she's going to be a good friend in my life.
Okay.
I can see women doing that more so of, you know, well, how can this guy fit somewhere? You know, and you know, it's just, I don't want to say users or anything like that, but sometimes as a utility, hey, you know, if you know how to fix cars, then cool, or it's that he's wise, you know, cool. But as a man, I got friends that I can talk to for wisdom. As far as female insight, I don't really believe in asking a fish how to fish. So, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, you can't get no great insight from women though. But that's just, I'm not, as a grown behind man, I'm not just gonna walk up to a woman. You seem like a great friend. The first thing is on my mind, either I want to know what that's like, or either she's cute. I wonder how her personality is, and could it go to more? That's, you know, I'm not.
So has there like never been a situation towards where, let's say you were interested in a female, and you just found that y'all were in a match instantly, but she can potentially be a good friend. If she's not a match, like in the intimate zone of like a potential relationship, do you say, okay, I don't want to be my friend, so I'm just going to cut that off completely? Or once you pursue the friendship?
I mean, I don't sit here and look at, I don't pursue, you know, we'll just be cool, you know. When I see you, we'll be cordial and stuff like that, but it won't be like, what you doing outside of work? Let's get up for drinks, and, you know, unless it just naturally happens that way, but I'm not just going to really
go and that be your main focus.
Yeah, be methodical about it. I'm gonna make her my friend. You know, you're gonna be my buddy. We're gonna talk on the phone at night about your guy problems, and I'm not doing it. You know, no, man. Like, I can talk to my homeboys about, you know, his female decision. I'm like, you know, like I don't.
I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate. Like, I feel like men and women can be friends with each other.
Okay.
I just feel like, in general, no matter, just people in general are always going to try to find a benefit in someone. Whether how can you benefit me, and vice versa. How can I benefit you, whatever the arrangement may be. So, maybe a female may want, she may find a man attractive. But she knows that, okay, you know what, I find you attractive, but you're more so great as a friend. You're confident, like, you kind of give like big brother vibes, or like, this is like my little brother vibes. So I would kind of like teach them away, and then we just like learn from each other. Or it can be a situation towards where y'all can be both interested in each other like that, like I said, and just maybe a relationship is not in the cards for y'all, so y'all go better off as like friends. And I feel like there's certain things you can get from a female friendship, and there's certain things you get from like a male relationship. And not everything that you can talk about with your homeboys, you can have that kind of same conversation with a female. It's always good to have like another perspective in different type of situations. And I just feel like when people say that men or women can't be friends, you never know, you might be blocking your blessing. You might have a female that might be one of the best friends you could ever have.
What would I be gaining from her being my best friend?
Depends on what you're looking into the situation for.
Okay, I'm gonna ask questions, then I'm gonna respond to what you said. What can I not talk about with my male friends?
This is like a whole other video, but
I mean,
you have a lot of guys who, and I did a video about this on my other channel, but a lot of like the whole toxic masculinity, which a lot of people don't believe in that, but a lot of them don't share their emotions or share their feelings. So if you talk to a homeboy of yours, they're like, share about what you got going on. Most guys are like, I don't want to hear that. That sounds like some weak.
that's not true.
SHIT. Most men.
That's
not all.
That's not true.
Not all.
That's not true.
But you have situations like that.
That. I'm going to let you know something now. Men don't actually vent to women about our feelings because we understand that can be used against us.
True.
We don't. For a lot of us guys, we don't really feel like we're heard. I don't. And to any of my female friends from the past, like, no, I looked at y'all as friends. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you how I look at things now. Like, you know, it's one thing that I know a lot of women from way back in the day, it was just that. But now, me meeting new people, unless, you know, I look at a woman and it's some type of like situation, it's not going to really necessarily be like, oh, she's going to be my homegirl. It's going to just be either, oh, you know, I'm interested, or nothing happens. It's me more neutral or cordial. That's how I look at it. But no, for men typically, we vent to each other about a lot emotionally. I'm just going to speak from my perspective of when it comes down to women. I'm not saying women can't or don't listen, but I would say especially within intimate situations, I think, probably as friends, women can hear you out and stuff like that. But even from a relationship standpoint, we don't really get heard because relationships it can come off woman-centric when it comes down to the emotional side of it. And so when we have emotions, it's like, oh wait, it's a new thing. I didn't expect this. So for the most part, men don't really vent to women like that. We will vent to each other. I know me and my friends.
Then you have situations where a lot of women would say, if the man is not really being emotional with them or venting, you have no emotions. You are not sensitive. I can't talk to you because you don't talk to me about anything. So that's a whole other problem within itself.
Well, what happens when a man does see? Nobody don't want to hear the other side of it.
I mean, it can be used as a weapon, but that's for people who are not really emotionally intelligent, which a lot of people are not.
So it happens more times than not. That's our story as men.
Yeah.
We don't get heard like that, so we don't vent to women. So,
well, a lot of times you have to make yourself be heard in order to be heard.
No. That's if I gotta bust down the door for you to know that I'm here, something is wrong. That means that you're not paying attention that much that I have to go to the extreme to get your attention. No, it shouldn't be like that, especially if it's a partner or whatever the case may be. No, I would go to my homeboys and cry to them before I would ever cry. I'm sorry. I'm just. This is not toxic masculinity, but for the most part, it's really just about them or how, you know, can you hear me? Are you emotionally? And I look at it when they, not all. I just want to put that out there. But when it's brought up, it's more so for the benefit of them. Are you emotionally intelligent to hear me out or whatever? And if they do, you know, can we work out problems in the benefit of who, us or you? So, no, for most guys, we vent to each other, believe it or not.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, but men and women can't be friends, and this is like kind of what I'm surmising. Men and women can't be friends for the simple fact men and women have like different mindsets. So, it's almost like a situation towards where I couldn't be friends with a female because like my innate nature, I hope I'm saying it right, my innate nature is, you know what, women are meant to be relationships with, to pursue that kind of lane, but not for the simple fact of being friends. It's almost like kind of animalistic, where it's like women are here for mating and they're not really here for anything else.
No, so, okay, outside of that point, it was something else you said. Even with attraction, you said that if we are attracted to each other, right? But we decide it doesn't work, but we're going to be friends. That's a recipe for disaster down the line. That's
why you say that?
If I'm attracted to you, that means that it's something there physically, sexually. But for whatever in our minds that we can't take it no further, that's that you still, it's still recognized that I will still have sex with you. I'm still physically appeased by you. So just imagine if, okay, I'm friends with this woman for 10 years. She got married within that 10 years. One day her husband makes her mad. You know, what you doing? I'm about to come over. I'm bringing a bottle of wine. We over there drinking. Now, we always had this mutual attraction when we knew we couldn't be together. Well, I mean, what you think in a moment of weakness can possibly happen?
Well, what did you say last time? Discipline.
Doesn't matter.
It's not something that's thrown in the face when you're out of engagement.
I mean, let's just be real about it. He wasn't given an opportunity to at least just smash it down.
So you said that the whole entire time, he was kind of like waiting for that moment for her to give her like,
no man was. Look, even if a man can't get a relationship for a chick, he's not going to turn down that sex, especially if he's sexually attracted to. He feels like he's not going to turn that down. He's not going to turn that down. That's just.
But I mean, would that be worth ruining a 10-year friendship for just one moment of weakness?
Well, I mean, let me ask you something. I would ask any dude who's been in a friend zone who anonymously wants to smash their homegirl, but they've been in the friend zone. I would genuinely ask them, what have you got from this woman outside of you talk about things to her, and more times than not, you probably listen to her talk. Okay, you go out
because you're trying to play that whole, I'm gonna be what she wants me to be, so she can talk to me and see that I'm the one that she needs to talk to. But you end up playing yourself because you're being used in the situation.
So what? Oh man, so what's the real benefit?
Well, but in that situation, that's him wanting her as like for a benefit, not just a platonic situation. And it's like she don't want him at all like that.
If she's
friends with him, but it's like he wants her. But it's not like, that's not a platonic situation. That's like you wait for the moment to come.
But even still, if she's still attracted to a man, that's a dick in the glass situation. I mean, let's just think about it. Even though she's saying that I don't want, she's probably noticing that I'm that sexually attracted to this guy that I might be in a situationship and it won't be no more, and it's not conducive for us to do anything. But I will keep you around. You know, I'm attracted to you. You seem like you're cool. I'll keep you around. You know.
But sometimes, like, you can be physically attracted to someone, and once you get to actually like know that person, sometimes that can attach you more to be more attracted to them, or that can make you say, you know what, yeah, you're attracted, but I'm not really feeling that, so I'm trying to be friends with you.
So what's the point in keeping that around if it's nothing there? If it's nothing there mutually, that's y'all just met each other, or you seen them at work, you work an independent job or whatever where you don't need to be in groups. If it's nothing there for you to even meet, like what's the point of having a new friend?
Not having time off camera, like this friend that he may be good at fixing cars, or he may be good at doing like handyman work, or maybe female, she may be good as far as like communication, or, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm thinking like old school, a man's supposed to be like handiwork and a woman's supposed to be like but she may be good at doing this, so it's like,
so that's not my friend. That's more so an associate or part, somebody who I network with, or I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. If I see a use, it's one thing when I meet other men and I see other men. It's like, yo, they have, I can network with them. It's a use for them, but we can see, well, it's a use for them, but outside of that, I talk to these guys, and then we bond outside of just that use. But, with a woman, like, if it's just, if she's into sports, if it's really a true bond, they're cool. But best to believe, it's if a woman that I just met, even if we were both real estate agents, we had this realtors meeting, I looked her up and down before I even walked up to her, and I made an assessment that she's cute. Like it just wasn't just I can still be about my business, but I can still assess the situation. Like, oh, okay, damn, you know, dress for her nice. You know, how you doing? Oh, such and such, this and that. Cool. I will make that business relationship with her. Oh, she seems very talkative. She knows a lot of people. I need to put that in my back pocket. I will be friends with her on a business level. I will keep things cordial. But I understand that if I already made it in my mind and I found this woman attractive, and if I got to know her outside of that, what you think, if I find you attractive, oh man, she's going to be cool, boy.
I mean, you can find something attractive, but that don't mean you have to go after it. Like, you see a plate of food. That food may be so delicious. It may look delicious. That don't mean you have to eat it. You can look at it and appreciate it.
What's the point? I'm just being real about, like, if I'm telling you, as a man, even if we friends on a woman in our mind, we doing it because, you know, I don't want to mess up what our relationship is. It's a bigger goal. Like, she's putting me on the new people and new things. If I become friends with her outside of this, I might end up trying something, and I don't want to get. I'm telling you, that's just how men is. So we will put a woman of friends on our mind, not to get to know her more outside of what we know her, because it's going to create more of an attraction there.
So it's like no self-control.
It's not. I mean, that's self-control within itself to understand that, yo, I know I'm gonna want this woman more because she looks good, and on top of that, man, you know, she's smart, she's networking and something like that, man. If we started talking, you know, one day I'm standing outside of the truck, we talking and saying, oh, what you into? What's your hobbies? Oh, you do that. You know who? You gotta come out with me one day. Man, if I start hanging out with this woman, I'm going to try her, and it's not, but you have to think about it. If I'm a single man, if I see this woman as a potential suitor or mate, you know, dang, man, she seems like she got her stuff together. Am I wrong for thinking that?
No, you're not wrong for thinking that.
Then. But if I don't...
But it's like you have an ulterior motive. I'm not saying it right, but you have an ulterior motive with that situation.
So why would I mess up one thing that's benefiting me more? And if I can sit up and say, you know, I know I want this woman more, let me just keep it at work. We'll be cordial there. We'll talk, chat it up, and keep it business. And that's just that. Like... If I get to know her more, I start to come over our house, chill, come to her little wine meetings and stuff, and I know a situation gonna happen. I might try her. I just might try her. I think it takes more self-control to recognize, like,
shouldn't people have to act on everything? Like, just because something's like there, doesn't mean you have to act upon it.
I'm not acting upon it because I
mean, it's like you're manifesting, like, low-key when that right moment comes. I'm acting upon it.
If I know that, then I'm just gonna I'm gonna deter that by this, you know, just keep my distance. We're gonna keep it where it's at. That's just, and once again, that's a man recognizes, like, well, outside of that business relationship, how could she really be my friend? She's a beautiful woman.
You have to, like, talk to her with her.
I have my homeboys for that, who got muscles just like me. We can go ball. We can go play football. I have my homeboys for that, like. What am I adding? What she's gonna do? Sit on the sideline, cheer me on? And niggas like, damn, yo.
She can be flying too.
Man, get out of here, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
I mean, my life, you feel like men and women couldn't be friends at all.
If it's not outside of work, it has to really be a meaning there for us to really connect. If it's me walking up to you, you might as well just say that's a man shooting a shot just to get to know you. I'm not saying dudes can't just do that or whatever the case may be, but even if that was, if a guy does that to a female, just walk up to her, hey, I'm just looking for friends, such and such like that. If he has the right amount of charisma, just being himself, the woman will probably end up eventually liking him because she's going to make her curious, like, dang, you know, what made you walk up to me? Like, you know, you seem like a very good guy. Do you have a girl? Like, is this going to happen? It's just... That's like cold approaching. Like,
it's gonna happen, but it's like a lot of times when I think about the bigger picture, like, is it worth doing that or is it not?
What I'm asking you, what would a man gain necessarily? And I'm not knocking anyone's friendship out there and saying that it can't be done. No, I'm not saying that, but. It's not me downplaying, like, humans and saying that women are less. No. It's not me doing that. But out of the way I see it, I have my homeboys and I have women that I'm cordial with, and I don't think about at all like that. Like, I just don't.
You know, hit them up, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
talk
just.
to them.
I mean, if I talk. You know, we kick it, we joke around and stuff like that. But once I'm gone, that's just that. Really.
Now, those women that you're not attracted to.
I mean, I can still find them physically attractive, but guess what? Once I'm gone, it's just I'm not gonna call them. What you doing? Oh, I'm sitting over here drinking some wine, or you know, I'm about to go to the mall, go to Victoria's Secrets. Okay. Cool. I have not. Don't get me wrong. I had a homegirl like me and my homegirl. I don't want to say names. Well, she hit me up today. Like that's my dog. She's from out of Cali and stuff like that. And we used to go get our toes and nails done and stuff like that. And you know, she'd go shop and I'd go look at some stuff. You know, I never really shop, but she was a great weed man. I ain't gonna lie, she was a great weed man. And
That wasn't a platonic situation.
yeah, no, it was cool. You know, because. You know, and I wasn't really looking for nothing. She's like, hey, I just want to let you know. I'm like, no, we good. I didn't. She's a very attractive woman, but wasn't never my thing, you know. So.
Man, this type of medicine, you were like, it's either.
Let me say this. She's not ugly.
Okay.
But I didn't necessarily look at her like that.
Okay.
Now, whenever she came around, like some of my coworkers and stuff, one of my coworkers, I'm not gonna say no names, like, God damn, your homegirl. I'm like, ugh, her. You know, it was just one of those things. Like, I'm cool. I was cool with that. Like, it's just that, but you know, and then that even happened on a whim. How we got to know each other. She was out with one of her friends, and when her friends started talking to one of my coworkers, me and her looking like, all right, like. Mike, such and such, cool, alright, man.
But so that was a situational, almost like a coincidence situation. It was a coincidental situation towards where you didn't actively go for a friendship with her. And it's how it happened.
It just, I'm
and
not.
y'all are in she's attractive, but y'all are in a platonic friendship situation.
Yeah, and I never said it couldn't happen, but I'm just being real with her, like. For the most part, let me say that. I didn't say that. For the most part, it can be anomalies. It can be that 0.1%. Alright? It can be anomalies. But,
so that kind of goes on to say, men and women can first you can find a benefit innocently. You said that you're not a shop, she likes to shop. So she kind of brought that out of you. So then I found somebody to hang out with and shop, bring me out of my comfort zone.
That's not what my comfort zone. I mean, I'll go shopping by myself, but that's just something that she did. Like, I would just go with her. That's it. You know, but we'll chat it up, and she was honestly, she was deep. So we'll have our conversations, talk about relationship issues, her issues and stuff like that. We'll talk about it. And that's
so
it.
You said that, so you can talk to your homeboys about stuff. What would you talk to a woman about as far as that relationship stuff?
Oh, she wanted my advice. She gave me advice. You know, it wasn't just the standard. I recognize
answer
that.
the question that you asked me. What would benefit you from having a friendship with a female?
She was logical. So, it wasn't that wholly emotional mumbo jumbo. It was, you know, she gave it to me how the way it was, as my boys would. So I relate to that, and it just, you know, let me give you the game too. So it was that real, like, it still was like, damn, you know, I'm talking to once again, I'm talking to one of my dogs, like, yo, it's like I'm talking to my boys. So
you benefited from the situation without having that sexual thing coming to mind. It was just, this is a cool person to know.
It was an anomaly in that situation, yeah, for the most part, you know.
So men and women can be
I never said it couldn't. Well, let's not take one anomaly out of 1,000. No, like, that's not how I do that.
I mean, but it takes like one out of 1,000. As long as you have like one situation.
No, that's wishing upon a star. Come on, man.
As long as you have one situation out of a whole bunch of no's, as long as you have one yes.
So you realize that that's a needle in a haystack. You'll be digging, right?
But you know what's there.
No, that's wishful thinking.
But you know what's there.
No, it's wishful thinking. That's not how you do it.
So men and women can be friends.
No.
And I confirm.
I can't confirm anything. I confirm one situation. I can show you thousands and millions of others that it's just, for the most part, it's going to always be an imbalance, because it's going to be, I'm going to say generally, for the most part, it's going to be the man who got put in the friend zone who won out. And you have some situations with women, you know, got friends on by a dude. You can tell when it's more. It's something more there in that friendship. I've been around it too much for the most part, so no.
Okay. Well, I just will end this video off. I feel like men and women can be friends. It just depends on what you want to benefit from in the situation, whatever that may be.
Sound like a sucker. Sound like I'm gonna play my role. That sounds like a business transaction, a business relationship. That's what that sounds like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah.
Well, if you guys like what you said in this video, or did you have anything else you want to add on? Because I feel like you have something else you want to say. I feel it.
Look, ladies. If I come in and fix your pipes, I'm coming to fix your. I'm sorry.
You're trying to fix some pipes and lay down some pipes.
Hey, there you go. Now I'm gonna reverse them. I'm being bad tonight. I'm being bad. I'm sorry.
That's it. But yeah, if you guys like what you saw in this video, put your comments down below. Do you feel like men and women can be friends? But do you feel like men and women can be friends? Do you feel like they can? Do you agree with what Mike said? Or do you agree with what I said? Which I kind of agree with what I said. But yeah, winter videos every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you get some juice, some real good toppings. And something you want to add on, Mike?
Don't be out there wishing upon a star.
We'll see y'all in the next video.
All right, peace.